to be relationship material, you have to take people seriously. And I wonder nowadays if that's possible, given that most individual preoccupation is with fantasy, is with that which is metaphysical, that which is online, that which is mere profile pictures, mere blocks of text with a few added emojis. I wonder, can you actually take anybody seriously anymore who doesn't pronounce their individuality with interest to connect in a forceful manner? Can you take people seriously who don't do that, who don't make it obvious that they would be grateful, or that they would make more effort if they were taken seriously? You think about the days before all online as you know it world, when you didn't have the internet. And back then, one can imagine that you wouldn't be trapped in thinking of other people with the attribute of distance. So if we think of assigning distance as a trait to an individual, we do that now. We assign distance as a trait. Oh, I'm from Kentucky and this other person's from, Indonesia. Just to, point to an example, to try to draw a picture of what I'm speaking about. Kentucky, Indonesia, that's a trait of distance. And by making distance into a trait, into a character trait, you demean a person, in a sense, in a way. And if you do that with the majority of people in your life, then that has got to have an effect, I would think, that is negative over time. And so you start to not take people seriously. And you can create your own profile on whatever social media platform, and you can make yourself subject to the dopamine spiking likes and the depression inducing dislikes, the thumbs up, the thumbs down. You can make yourself subject to that, and you can experience what it's like to have distance as a trait, as a conditioned personality trait. I mean, think about, would most of the people who shit talk you online, if you were like their next door neighbor, would they really be saying, even a quarter of the stuff that they say? Would they really be as derogatory? Would they really be as abrasive, in your face, hateful, condemning? I don't think they would. But because they assign the attribute of distance to you, they feel safe, they feel secure enough to engage in this mockery. They feel secure enough to to display their ugliness. And that's really what it is, and people become more ugly the more they become slave to this social media conditionality, which calls for them to attribute distance as a character trait to others. These people can't love. These people can't respect. These people they can never get to the point of caring about another person. They can't. They can't. And you might think, well, you're being unfair, saying that. But I'm not. I'm looking at it for what it is, which is, they have developed an evaluation of their fellow man and fellow woman that attributes distance to that fellow man or fellow woman. So even if, in their own heads, that even if personally they process their interactions with others as if they care, as if they love, as if they respect, they don't really, because they have attributed distance as a trait, as a character trait of others. And the moment you do that, you don't care, you don't love, you don't respect, you're not capable. And, and it creates a grotesque attributed to your own character. If you look at everybody else as if they are always far away, as if they are always, a disappointment, meaning that they are always a point of meaning that is so distant that it is irrelevant to you and to relation to yourself. If you're looking at people that way, then you can't respect, love, or care about them. I'm sorry, you just can't do that. That's just how it is. That's the fact. So the perception. And that's the truth. So the reception. Because do you think everybody, who is made impressionable witness to you is actually, absorbing what you have to say, with any intention of connection? They're not. Because you have attributed distance to them. Anyway, I just thought this would be interesting to talk about. In order to really care about somebody, you have to take them seriously. That's the video anyway. Have a good day. Peace, meow.